Okay, dear student, our next heading activity coefficient of non-volatile solute by using Gibbs-Duhem equation. We know very well activity coefficient. Activity coefficient is the gamma. Here, gamma is the applicable for non-ideal solution. Non-ideal solution. Activity or activity coefficient, fugacity, everything applicable for non-ideal solution. This activity coefficient. From non-volatile solute, we know very well solute. In the solution, the minimum portion we are called as solute. After then non-volatile. Non-volatile means it is easy we cannot evaporation, that means non-volatile solute. By using Gibbs-Duhem equation, we know very well Gibbs-Duhem equation from the first semester, uh, summation xa summation xi d mu I equal to 0. Summation xi d mu I equal to 0. This is the Gibbs-Duhem equation. Now here we want activity coefficient of solute. Here two components is there. One is the A. A is the solvent and B is the solute. Now in place of ith component, xi means ith component of the mole fraction. Here d mu I means ith component of the chemical potential. Right? In place of I we can write A and B. I am writing here. Here remove the summation. xa d mu A plus xb d mu B equal to 0. This is the equation number 1. After then, for chemical potential equation for non-ideal solution. Non-ideal solution. Why? Because we are taking non-ideal solution. Activity coefficient applicable only non-ideal. That's why we can take. Now, activity coefficient equation mu I equal to mu I naught plus RT ln AI. AI means activity. Here activity applicable only non-ideal. If in case ideal means xi. Now for finite change d mu I is equal to d mu I naught plus RT ln AI. For a finite change d mu I standard state equal as 0. Remaining equation and as well as gamma I. Gamma is the activity coefficient, means activity, the ratio of the activity by mole fraction. We want AI. AI is equal to gamma I into xi. In place of AI, we are write as gamma I xi. In place of d mu I 0. The remaining equation d mu I equal to RT. Here for finite change d dou ln I. Dou ln gamma I and xi. After dispersion, d mu I is equal to RTD ln gamma I plus RTD ln xi. Right, this is the equation number 2. In place of I, we are writing A and B. For A, one equation, for B, another equation. D mu A, in place of A, just we are writing A and B. D mu A RTD ln, sorry for the some next step. D mu I is equal to RTD ln gamma I plus RT 1 by xi by dxi. Right, this equation we can write dou ln xi. Now this is the equation number 2. After then we are applicable A and B. D mu A equal to RTD ln gamma A plus RT 1 by XA dXA. Right, equation number 3. Then d mu B for B. D mu B is in place of I, we are writing just A and B's. RTD ln, here I, we write as B plus RT 1 by XI 1 by XB dXi dXB. Equation number 4. Here equation number 3 and 4 substitute in equation number 1 in place here d mu a d mu b. In equation number d mu a and d mu b, in place of mu a and mu b we are substituting equation number 3 and 4, right? From equation number 1, xa in place of d mu a we are writing equation number 3, rtd ln gamma a plus rt1 by xa into dxa, then plus xb. After then equation number 4, rtd ln gamma b plus rt1 by xb dxb equal to 0. Next, the xa here xb multiplied with inside the bracket, remaining equation xa rtd ln gamma a plus here xa here xa both are will be cancelled, remaining equation rtd xa plus here xb multiplied inside the bracket rtd ln gamma b plus rt, here also xb will be cancelled, remaining equation rt plus rt dxb equal to 0. After then we know very well the mole fraction xa plus xb is equal to 1. If in case dxa means equal to 0. Why? Because here total value, for example xa value 0.4, xb value 0.6, total value will be 1. dxa means 0.4 minus 0.4, that means dx is equal to 0, and as well as dxb also 0. Here dxa value, here dxb, both are will be 0. That's why these total term will be 0, here also 0. Remaining equation xa rtd ln gamma a plus this term will be 0 because dx is equal to 0. xb rtd ln gamma b equal to 0. Actually we want activity coefficient of non-volatile solute. Here A is the solvent, B is the solute. We want activity coefficient gamma b. That's why we can write xb rtd ln gamma b. Here this term write as outside the integral minus xa rtd ln gamma a. Here rt, here rt will be cancelled. Remaining equation dou ln gamma b is equal to here minus xa, here xb multiplied, when we are writing here divided xb, and remaining equation dou ln gamma a. After then we know very well xa plus xb is equal to 1, no? And xb is equal to 1 minus xa from the mole fraction. In place of xb we write as 1 minus xa. Remaining equation dou ln gamma b is equal to minus xa by, in place of xb we write as 1 minus xa. After then dou ln xa. Then integral of the above equation. Dou ln gamma b in states 1 and 2 equal to minus xa by 1 minus xa integral dou ln gamma a. In integration limits, here these equation we can write ln gamma b2 minus ln gamma b1 is equal to minus xa by 1 minus xa into integral dou ln gamma a. And for a ideal solution gamma b1 is equal 1, when it is possible xb is equal to 0. Why? Because for a ideal solution the ratio of the activity and mole fraction will be same. The mole fraction is 1 when it is possible for ideal solution. That's why here in place of gamma b we are write as 1. Ln gamma b2 minus ln 1 equal to minus xa by 1 minus xa integral dou ln gamma a. Then we know very well ln 1 is equal to 0. Remaining equation ln gamma b 2. This is the activity coefficient of the solute minus xa by 1 minus xa into dou ln gamma a. This is the final equation for the activity coefficient of non-volatile solution by using Gibbs-Duhem equation. Here we can take Gibbs-Duhem equation, after then applied solvent and solute, then non-ideal gas equation. Very simple simplification. Here there is no derivations, very simple integrations. Okay, dear students, thank you. For this question is the very important for under long question. Okay, thank you very much.